in the minutes. Carol and Barb are members of the Canvas Board, and Sheila and Donna are election inspectors that are here to help if we need any help, okay? The petition has been filed by Tylor Elm requesting a recount. I found the petition to be sufficient, so I sent the order for the recount and the public notice to both candidates, and they both verified that they received the petition and the order by email. And a copy of the notice has been posted and also sent to members of the press. Any person can attend the recount, including the candidates, the representatives, legal counsel, media, or other interested persons. I guess would be Doug. Canvas board members and tabulators are the only persons who can handle and touch any of the ballots or other election equipment. Everyone else is considered an observer and must wear badges and name tags identifying themselves. There was one other thing I wanted to do. One representative from each candidate should be designated as the representative, and that would be the person who would ask any questions of the Canvas Board. A secondary person can also ask questions, but please address them to the Canvas Board and not to maybe the tabulators who are working. The Board of Canvassers may decide to hand count or use voting equipment to tabulate the ballots. We have decided to tabulate the ballots by hand. I feel it's more accurate in determining the voter intent on a ballot that might be questionable. Does anyone have any objections to that? Okay.
How do you determine intent?
If, let's say a ballot was marked with an X next to the name rather than filled in the oval, the machine wouldn't read that as a vote for the candidate. It would read it as an undervote. But by physically looking at the ballot, the board may be able to determine the intent of the voter.
But it could be thrown out because
it could be, yeah. It's up to the board of canvassers if they can determine the intent. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I do have a spoiled ballot that I'll show you later that was remade during the central count of the absentee ballot. And the reason that it was remade because we determined we could tell the voter intent of that ballot. Okay. I'm going to start reconciling the ballot, or reconciling the poll books. We did reconcile the poll books in our office last week, and we came out completely even. Everything has been entered into our computer. If there are no objections to that, we will skip that part. If there are objections, we could do a random reconciliation of one of the alphabet letters or not. Are there any objections?
When you say it came out even, what?
The number of voters we have, there's 2 poll books, okay, and both of them are identical, and they did match up to the number of voters that.
Thank you.
Okay. The number of absentee voters has been determined. We're going to open up that envelope here in a second. You have the right to examine written absentee applications, except for those that are indefinitely confined or that voted in person. So that would be temporary absentee voters. We do have those on file in my office, and I have certified that. If you want to do a random sampling of that, we can. Or if you're comfortable with that, we can just move on. Any objections? Okay. Review of rejected absentee ballots. We did not have any rejected absentee ballots for the 6th district. Examination of defective absentee ballots. We did not have any defective absentee ballots. We are going to count the number of absentee envelopes. In precinct 5, where District 6 is located, District 10 is also located in that. So there are 2 districts, so there were 2 separate ballots at that precinct. So District 10 is the one that is not being recounted at this time. District 6 is being recounted, and there were 55 absentee ballots for that particular district. So they have been counted, but I'm going to ask the canvass board to recount those. Any questions or objections to that? Okay. We have to separate the absentee ballots from the regular ballots, but that's pretty easy because we central count our absentee ballots, so they're counted here, not at the polling place, so they're already separated. Because there were 2 districts, there's 2 colored ballots in here, the 6th and the 10th district. So I'm going to have the canvass board open those up, and the first thing we're going to do is separate those into piles by color. And then I'm also going to have the tabulators separate. These are the regular ballots from the election. So I'm going to have these ladies separate those by color. I should have noted that they are sealed. They were sealed on election night, and the seal number was written on the inspector's statement, certifying that they were sealed. The ballots that we are recounting today are the yellow ballots.
So, bid it is. We put them all the same way, and they're gonna happen. Well, it is, but that just isn't gonna happen. I can tell you that. You just grab them out and throw them in a packet, yeah, whatever way they come. I don't understand why they fall so crappy. Yeah, I would have thought it would, they'd be nicely. Yeah.
So for absentee ballots, if we want to just double count those, there should be 55 of them. Just the number, and I'm going to take the brown and we'll leave the brown ballots. Separate the ballots by candidate. And I should have mentioned it at the beginning, the only thing we are recounting today is the 6th district race. So,
Okay.
absentee totals in the central count for the candidates were Garfield had 21, and Tylor Elm had 26.
That makes sense. Oh, I see, because not everybody voted.
Yeah, there were, I believe there was 1 recount and 3 undervotes in that race.
I can't, I need calculators.
On the Or on the tape from the machine, there were 26 for Graham, 21 for Graham, 26 for Tylor, 1 write-in, 0 overvotes, and 7 undervotes. And then I should have mentioned too, were there any blank ones?
Yes.
Just set those aside. Or any questions?
Yeah.
By questionable, I mean, that might have an irregular mark on them. I'm going to show you that ballot that was separate count. This is the ballot that was, how it was received. And most likely an elderly person who had trouble keeping, lifting their pen up. We were concerned that if it went down into the next oval, that the machine may have read that as an overvote, and the board felt that they could clearly tell the intent of that voter. So that ballot was remade exactly as a voter intended. Any questions on that? And if there is any objections, we can find that ballot if you would like to see it. Oh, you done? Okay, so I'll mark that on the tally sheet. 26 for there was one write-in for esteemed Reverend Sir W. Jeffrey Smartypants, Explorer at 47. Ozzy Osbourne got the write-in for mayor on that one.
Can't disagree.
Jeez. Okay.
You have the right to.
6. 7 were under votes. That race was left blank. So you have those in piles of 25? Actually, what we just need to do now is write those down by candidate.
Oh, you don't need to make sure we have the right amount of ballots?
Oh, yeah, that's actually.
How many are we supposed to have? 11 is 24, right? Yeah. So this is a 24.
My brain's not working this early. Okay, the total votes cast on the regular ballots on election day were 250. 121 were for Garfield, 115 were for Elm, 0 write-ins, 0 overvotes, and 14 undervotes.
Here, you do my file, I'll do your file.
So is that 250?
We have 249.
We got 26 there.
Okay, well, I only got 24 in this one.
Okay.
So here's,
How old are you?
there we go. Try we double do it.
Okay.
Well, just re-election.
Right, right.
No, because I was short on that part.
Okay.
So, I mean, now we're still back at 249. $26.
All right.
Yay, all right. So, yeah, you're right, it was. Okay. So now we can put them all together and split them?
Yeah, now we just want to.
Okay. All right.
Just want to split those up right. Hand it out. And again, set aside any blank ones or write-ins or any irregulars.
Yeah,
Thank you. Well, the presidential gave us a lot of, practice. Sure, why don't you, which, working down any files? And those are,
Pile 20, is that what you want, Terry?
No.
She said 10.
How about
She said 10?
yeah.
Okay.
No vote. These are the undervotes, there's 14 of them, and that coincides with the Tylor thing. It should be. We could put it aside as an irregularity, but I think that it will have been. She's questioning, there's a vote here for Garfield that the circle's not filled in all the way, but I believe that it was counted, but we'll set it aside.
This here, that's counted.
Yeah.
She's counted that.
Oh, no, they have it's stamped on sheets, so you fill in the bubble.
Oh,
okay.
But the machine counted that and worked it. She does it all the time, though, so. Every
Sunday,
time
Monday.
she's working. Jeff. Yeah.
I don't have any here. Any extra than 10? Any extra than 10?
That's the one that.
For who? Oh, you, any, oh,
But, yeah, I've got a 9 pile.
you got a 9?
For Tylor?
Oh, that one's for crap. Okay, wait, give me your total.
Oh, this one,
No, that's not.
50.
54
For
gram.
Graham.
Okay.
I get 45.
45 for Tyler.
Yes.
Okay.
70 for Graham. 69?
Let's see, Terry, can I have that? That's 120. Okay. 114 for Tyler. Oh, that one wasn't included in there? Okay, so an additional one, so one for Tyler or for Graham? Graham, so 121. So including the 21 absentee, that's 142 for Graham. And 140. You want to recount the ones for Tyler and Rob?
Sure.
By one more.
So I don't have to recount my files all the time, so what?
There was one write-in. Oh, no, there wasn't. The machine, it must have been a blank ballot. The machine, didn't register. It was the central count. It was
It was really long name.
Yeah.
The esteemed reverend.
Okay. So that changes that to 115, 141, 141 for Elm. So the results are unchanged. Garfield was 142 and Elm 141. Any questions?
Thank you all very much.
Explain that, the vote that was figuring out the intent. I missed exactly how that was determined.
Sure, I can show you. I can actually find that ballot if you would like.
Or were you talking about the one they had up here?
This one? Are you talking about this one?
I think that's, that's the actual ballot, or is it a copy of the ballot?
This is the actual ballot. And we have the copy up there.
What was the issue?
The issue was it was probably an elderly person and when they were filling in they dragged the pen, and we believe the machine may have read that as an overvote. So none of the votes would have counted. So we believe that the intent of the voter was clear enough that we remade the ballot. Yeah.
Is there instructions on here that tells the voter just mark if they did not mark any place on the ballot?
Yeah.
And if they do mark any place on the ballot, does that instruction say the ballot then becomes void?
No, the ballot didn't become void. We believe that the board, the canvas board, Central Count Canvas Board, believed that there was a possibility that this would not have read properly. It would have read it as an overvote. So rather than chance that the voter's ballot being read improperly by the machine, the Central County Board remade this ballot. Okay.
There are marks that she should not have put on there, and that's the problem.
Well, yeah, and that's why we figured it was probably an elderly person that, yeah,
And to clarify, again, that is the original.
that is the original.
Nothing has been adjusted.
No, and if you would like to see the duplicated ballot, we can find it if you want to.
it is.
Okay. Do you want to? Okay.
One more question on the undervotes. Are there any markings at all? Or clearly?
Those are clearly blank. They voted for, you're not supposed to touch them, but I can set them out here if you'd like to view them. These were the,
I don't want to get in the shot.
these were the undervoted absentees.
Primarily voted only for mayor.
Yeah,
Clearly no other
And then the one, right. and-
no. Nope. Yeah. Well, they voted for, school board, one of them did too. So these are the ones received up to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, correct?
Oh, is that in their district?
Oh, okay, these are the undervotes, yeah.
Did not vote.
Did not vote for it,
All
yeah.
the candidates.
Oh, yeah, I never.
The one that was determining intent.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a really gut for
Those you were-
almost walked through the
When people say that their vote doesn't count, it really does.
Every single time.
Are there any more questions?
Yeah, Terry, just to be clear, the absentee ballots are required to be in 8 PM election night.
On election night.
That rule has changed in 2015, correct?
Yeah, Act 2000, it
20
became effective, it was adopted in 2015, the legislation, I believe it became effective in 2016.
If you do a simple Google search, there is a PDF that was available at that time that showed that you could mail in your ballot on election day and do Friday.
Yeah, that was the Wisconsin Election Commission had not updated, well, they had updated some of their site, but they still had old information on there.
Correct. Do you feel there was any confusion or any missing ballots that could have come in between election day and last Friday?
I believe that we had 3 that have come in since election day. Of course, we don't open those, we can't count them.
Sure.
I don't know if the voter knew that they had to be in. I did show you the instructions that are provided
Mhm.
with the absentee ballots. It says the ballots must be in by 8 PM on election day.
Okay. Yeah, there's been some communication with a lot of citizens that they were confused about that. So.
Yeah,
So postmark on election day doesn't count.
no, it used to. As long as it was postmarked by election day, we could count
Carry
it.
it over to Friday.
We could count it. Anything we received by Friday at 5 PM that was
Those would be-
postmarked by
Those are
election
made
day.
unsealed.
Okay.
Can we look at those?
The actual ballots, the
3?
I believe so. Jen, can you look at those?
Shannon, those were, you're talking about 3 just for the 6th district.
Correct. Was it the 6th district or the 5th?
Yeah, it was,
Well, it would be wards 17 through 19.
Right, if like,
If
Yeah.
they're unopened, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, we can't open them. I mean, I suppose after the 30 days is up when we destroy them, we may be able to open them. And it's not that it's gonna make a difference. I guess I would have to check with the state if we could even open them. We've never done that
Our
before.
legislature for that.
Yeah.
well, thank you ladies all very much, very professional. And in Sawyer County, we still have these rolls, and they're pulling, you know, you have to go through these rolls, and then you have to try to roll them back up. Oh, God.
That went up really soon. These tables are bumpy.
What was that? No, I already have it. I had to go down in February.
Okay. Did you have to have it altered?
No, it actually fits perfect, even with the shoes and everything.